Life happens. At times we may have intentions, we may have goals, but at the end of the day, it's the plan of God that stands. We may plan tomorrow I want to do this, and the other day I want to do this, but at the end of the day, it is what is in the heart of God that will prevail. And what this season has taught me is to just embrace your season, okay? Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you're fine. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time to come across this face, kindly don't make it your last. Consider subscribing and join our beautiful family. And if you've been part of this journey, welcome back. I really missed you guys. I missed being here, and thanks be to God, we are finally here. I didn't know when I'll be back. Honestly, even this is the doing of the Lord. Yes, guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Josie Wanyonyi. If this is your first time you're coming across this channel, life has happened. Yeah, life happened, but you know what? When you're knocked down, you get up and you keep moving, and that is what your girl is doing right now. So yeah, I just want to fill in where I have been, why I have not been posting, and my apologies to you guys, because as the year began, I knew I was so committed to being consistent and pushing this channel to a better place. But well, as maybe God will have it, that is how things happened. But I hope you're doing well. How are you doing with your goals? I hope you're working towards becoming the best version of yourself. Hope you're pushing at your goals. This is me just starting my 2026. The goals I had, I didn't have much substantial action towards them because of some reasons that were unavoidable, some circumstances that were unavoidable. But here we are, so I welcome you back. And if you are that person who since the beginning of the year have not been able to keep going after your dreams, just get up and go for it. It is not too late. It doesn't matter when you decide, and that is if you are in a position to do it. But all in all, in as much as I've not been here, a lot has been happening in my life, passively. Let me say it. At times you may be working on yourself, building yourself, and most of the time we don't count that as work. But that is one thing that God has taught me in this season. The first 5 months, going to 6 of this 2026, what God has taught me is that you can build in silence. You can build even if no one is seeing, progress, there isn't something substantial for you to show for it, but it still counts. Those silent seasons, those quiet seasons you may be going through, they still count. They are part of your making, your becoming. They are part of the journey towards the person that you actually envision to become. And that is what I've been doing in the background. I've been reading books, I've been praying, I've been trusting God for direction. And guys, yes, I am back loaded. I am back with direction, and I am back with so much assurance to what God has actually just called me to do. And so I'm excited to be back. Of course, I'll be letting you in as we go on, but today I just want to fill you in, let you know why I have not been posting, what happened, and then we shall pick it up from there. Okay, so 2026 began, and your girl was excited for the new year like everyone else. My vision written down, my goals, and the things I really wanted to do for the year, and more so it being my YouTube channel. I wanted to grow my channel, wanted to go at it so hard, but unfortunately that wasn't the case, because just that January when it began, we got accosted by thieves from our night prayers, and we were accosted by robbers, and they took totally everything. My husband's, mine, I was with my sister, everything was taken away. And I remember just last year, my husband and I had intentionally invested towards my content creation, and that is buying, investing in a better phone. And so that thing really hit me like so hard, because we had really sacrificed to get that phone to help better my content. And so that happened. We were left, no one had a phone, no one. We were absolutely in the dark. And I remember in that season, God just telling me that all these are things of the world. Thank God you are healthy, and that is the most important thing. We were not hurt. We just surrendered, and they took everything from us. And God just put on my heart that thank God you are healthy. That is what matters. Things can be acquired again. And so I just chose to embrace what the season was, and just adjust accordingly to that season. And that notwithstanding, again, we had scheduled, as you know, some of you, if you've been part of this journey so far, if you've been following, I had mentioned that my dad was unwell, and I am a firstborn daughter, adulting again. And so I had the responsibility to make sure that he was attended to, and so I had to bring him all the way to the city where he was to be scheduled for his surgery. That was February now. And so our finances were held up, and we just had to do what we had to do, had to prioritize what was of importance, and that was his health. And so thank God we were able to attend to him, and yes, we were hit hard, I won't lie. And so I just had to accept the season that we were in. I didn't want to stress much about what I have, what I don't have, and I just surrendered to God. I said, you know what, I'll work on what I can work on with what I have. And at that time, it just had to be me working on my inner self, and not put myself so much under pressure for what I'm not able to. And so that is why it took us long, and we were in the process of just recovering and all that, but just to say that life happens. At times we may have intentions, we may have goals, but at the end of the day, it's the plan of God that stands. We may plan tomorrow I want to do this, and the other day I want to do this, but at the end of the day, it is what is in the heart of God that will prevail. And what this season has taught me is to just embrace your season, okay? Because when you stress about it, you'll just be more frustrated. Just embrace the season. Seasons come and go, so just embrace your season. When you carve with it, it will be easier, but when you become rigid and you want to fight, it will become harder. And that's what exactly I've done. But I have been able to grow myself. I have read books, and I've sought also the clarity, concerning what God also wants me to do on this channel. That's what I was doing in the past 5 months. Nothing, substantial. Not to say substantial, because at times that's what our minds, that's how the society or the world has programmed us to see. When you're not having, those milestones that are visible to the world, it's like nothing much is going on in your life. You are not working, there is no progress in your life. But I can say honestly, where I am, there is so much progress that has taken place in my life, and I'm so excited to be back on this journey with you guys. We shall get to know as time goes by, and I shall be talking about it in our next video, what God has put on my heart concerning this channel. Yes guys, so welcome back. If you had one thing that bothered me is to imagine that you guys will think I'm not someone that really keeps my word, because I had promised, and I was at a place where my channel was gaining ground. I feel like I was getting a hang of how things are supposed to go, and then I was just hit, and now coming back, it was also that there's that feeling of you're starting again, you don't know how to do it, but you know what, we keep moving anyways. I can't keep on procrastinating. I've been procrastinating, but I have decided I'm gonna go for what is mine, what makes me happy, my purpose, and that is sharing with you guys and just building together and growing together. This is me just coming to welcome you back to my channel. and I tell you that your girl is back. Kindly support a girl, like my videos, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, share. I'll be so glad to grow with you guys. And yes, I'm happy I am back. I am better. Yes, I am back better. I have learned a lot, you know, through this season of my life and what God has been teaching me. And yes guys, so I hope you're happy to have me back. Yes, those of you who genuinely follow me, I hope you're happy to have me back, as I am happy to have you back on my journey, on our journey of growing and becoming the people that God, you know, has, you know, called us to be. It doesn't matter how the seasons of your life may be. The most important thing is embrace the season, do what you can do with where you are, and just rest in the promises of God. Just know that God got you. And also, one thing I've learned in this season is that even the slow seasons, even the quiet seasons still count. The character formation, you know, the becoming, the healing, the, you know, the pruning, just working on your inner self still counts towards the person that you are really working on becoming. There is a lot that comes, you know, into play as far as our making and our becoming is concerned. And so even those quiet seasons do count. Yes, so when you are there, just make the most of that season, because one thing I knew that I won't have this season again, and I just went all in on doing what I can do in terms of, you know, my goals, in terms of becoming the person that wants to go after my dream and after my goals. So just to encourage you, don't feel discouraged if you're there. Life happens. That's what I've come to learn, especially with this adulting. Life is gonna happen, but you know what, just adjust accordingly, embrace the seasons. It will come to an end. We move on to the next one. Okay, if you have watched till the end, I'm so grateful. Kindly consider liking, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Support a girl. I'll be so glad. Thank you so much guys for watching till the end. See you on the next one. Bye.